Hi, everybody. Welcome to Saturday Night Live with Lady D. I am your host and your Oracle of Delphi, Lady D. How is everyone doing? Sorry if the link, it's a little glitchy tonight. I said prayers, but before we go on and do anything else, I think we need to say another prayer. So let me bring up Psalm 91. There were thunderstorms and sonic booms in my area, so let me bring up, and before we go any further, I think we need to pray over this broadcast. Okay, let's see. Let me get to Psalm 91. Because I think we really need a protection prayer already. And hello, Laura. Let's see. Everything is, hello, Laura. How are you? There's my soul sister in the chat. Okay, so let's do a prayer because I already pray. Okay, so I pray before my shows, and Laura and I pray before the shows, but I'm getting a little glitchy. So I think I have probably maybe too many things open. So first of all, let's do Psalm 91. All right. And then I'm going to close some of my screens because I really feel that the negative powers that be, don't want this broadcast to happen. All right, so here we go, folks. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High, let me see if I can highlight this. Yes. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in whom I will trust. Surely He will save you from the fowler's snare. Oops. I wasn't supposed to do that. Oh, my goodness gracious. Of course. It's one of those nights, folks. It's one of those nights. So let's go back because I'm not letting the dark powers get to me. So we're going to go back. See what they do? They try to discourage me. Nice try, demons. But you're going to have to do a lot more than that to get rid of me. I'm going to keep on coming at you like a fly, like an irritating little fly buzzing in your ear. All right, so here we go. And folks, sorry, I'm sweating because it's muggy in here. So let's do this. Here we go. And I'm going to share my screen. So let's do this. We just keep on rolling, folks. This is live television. You know, I always do a prayer that everything links up, and then they always mess with me. So here we go. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Surely He will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. We will not fear the terror by night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. 1,000 may fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. And we are approaching those days, folks. If you say the Lord is my refuge and you make the Most High your dwelling place, no disaster will come near your tent. No harm will overtake you. No disaster will come near your tent. For He will command His angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. They will lift you up. They will lift up in their hands so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. You will tread upon the lion and the cobra. You will trample the great lion and the serpent. Because He loves me, says the Lord, I will rescue him. I will protect him, for he acknowledges my name. He will call on me and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life, I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. That this broadcast, the audio, the video, the Wi-Fi, this channel, this show, everyone in the chat, I declare Psalm 91 over them, that no weapon formed against them shall prosper. that they are protected by angels. And actually, that is not only Psalm 91, the no weapon formed against them shall prosper, is Isaiah 54:17. The no weapon formed against me or anyone watching in the chat or the replay shall prosper. It is so, so be it, and so it is. Praise the Lord. Thank you, God. Thank you, Yeshua. Okay, folks, say an extra prayer because the dark beings, the dark powers, don't want this broadcast to happen. And cheers and sláinte. This is ice water, folks. I don't drink alcohol. I don't drink vodka. I don't need to. I'm already wild and spicy enough as it is. Can you imagine if I drank? Oh boy, if I drank, watch out. All right, hold on 1 minute, folks. My AC just went out. See? Technical difficulties. 1 second. All right, I'm still here. So I just put the fan on. So how is everyone doing tonight? We've got a big show. We got a big show. You know, Monday is June 1st. Can you believe it? Monday is June 1st. It's crazy. Where has the time been going? We're going to talk about that. Actually, time is speeding up. You remember how we kept on saying that time is speeding up? Well, they have actual proof. Yes, there's actual proof, my friends. And I want to say a shout out to Tammy, who is on Troll Patrol. Where are you, Tammy? I saw you. Yes, please hit the like button on the way in. And thank you, Miss Tammy, for being here and being on Troll Patrol. And I also want to bring up a new member, Sick USA 10. Thank you so much for being a channel member. And that is the perfect segue to my channel members. If you are a channel member, you should be expecting a video that I do at the end of every month. For the coming month, at the end of each month, I do 3 videos or 1 big long video for my channel members. I do forecasts for the following month. So look out if you are a channel member for a few videos to predict June. And I do 3 individual, like I said, I either do 1 big long video or I'll do 3 individual videos for my channel members as to what they can predict for the following month. I do the categories of money and finances, career and life's purpose, and love and romance. Okay, so check that out. If you are interested in being a channel member, you don't have to be a channel member. However, if you wish to support this channel, underneath the description of the show, right next to the title, which says Oracle of Delphi Lady D, there's a big join button. It's $4.99 a month. You can cancel at any time. I have lots of free content. You do not need to be a channel member. However, if you wish to, you can do so, and that is one of the perks. What else? I have a few more announcements, so let's get to them so we can get to the show. Let me clear that out. Folks, I'll be taping a show with my soul sister Annette. And Annette, am I freezing up? Am I freezing up? Because I feel like I'm freezing here. All right. Sorry, I'm glitching on my end. So my soul sister Annette, she was formerly Azria. She went back to her original name, her birth name, Annette Beckham. She wrote a phenomenal book called The Frequency of Truth. I'll be taping a show with her tomorrow. She sent me the book from the UK. I've been reading it. It's awesome. So if anyone's interested in purchasing that book, it's in the description of this show. What else? All right, folks. So it is almost the end of the month. So that means that my May email special that has been selling like hotcakes. Seriously, I've had to limit these. These are this special right here, the May email special reading. It's a general reading and past life mini email reading via email, obviously, hence the email reading. Now, if you were to purchase a past life mini reading and a general reading on their own, it would be $25 each, so it would be $50. This is a $10 gift discount. I put up 15 before the show, and there's only 7 left. I have to limit these email readings and put them in batches because they sell very quickly, because it's a great deal. They're great readings. You get an audio file plus a text file with your reading. You get them within 4 business days. And I have to limit these and put these out in batches because they go so quick. So this May email special is only available until tomorrow night at midnight. It ends May 31st at midnight, meaning June 1st. So if you want one of these Get them now. They're going to go. Once this 7 sells out, that's it. They're done forever, forever, because it's no longer May anymore. And folks, have you noticed I haven't been doing my psychic lives, and that's because they're so very tiresome. I've been doing so many email readings, as well as I've been very busy, and I'm just tuckered out. So what has happened is that God and Yeshua have been like, listen, take some time off from doing psychic lives. People don't understand how draining it is. So I've made, in lieu of doing psychic lives, I've made, let me just get rid of this. I've made more email readings available to you to make up for the psychic lives, because it's very, very draining doing so many. And by the time I hit the end of the day, I am so tired. I just don't want to give poor readings, or, just do a reading for the sake of it. I want to make sure the readings are up to par, and I'm giving you my all. So what I have left, what I've made available is a June forecast reading via email. You get a psychic reading from me via email, and I will tell you what you can expect for the personally in the month of June. All right, there's only 10 left. So I've put the link in the description of this video if you want to get a June reading. I've made them in batches of 10. So I'll sell 10 once they sell out, just like the other reading, because these email readings are very, very popular. So if you're interested in that, everything is in the description of this video. If you just want to get a regular reading with me, okay? If you want to get, you just go to, in the description of the show is the link to my Buy Me a Coffee page. All right. If you want to leave me a tip and say something nice, you do it right at the homepage. If you want my offerings, all of my shop items, you just go to the shop section, and here it is. Everything's available here. My June forecast readings, May email readings. I have a general reading via email, a past life reading via email, one question email reading. If you just have one question and you want me to answer it and you want to get the nitty gritty and all the details, I'll do a general reading on the topic and give you all the info. I have live readings via phone. I have a 1-hour tarot session. I have a 30-minute tarot session and a 1-hour soul therapy spiritual counseling. This is not a 1-hour reading. This is spiritual counseling and coaching. However, you talk about your problems, but I do readings at the end. Everything, all of that is in the description of the show. How to get in touch with me, my Sarona link, everything is below the show. All right, now that I've sold my wares, Soul Tribe Familia, let's get to the nitty gritty. All right, so first things first, I just want to let you know, before I get into the time issue and everything that we're going to be talking about tonight, I just wanted to share an epic post that Trump just posted on his Truth Social. And I'm going to share my screen, and well, it's already shared. We're going to epic post. Whoever does Trump's memes they're phenomenal. Folks, did you notice after we did the prayer? I don't know about you, but I stopped glitching on my end. Prayer works, folks. Prayer works. Okay, let's get to the show. For all those that are new, what I do is that on Saturdays, or actually during the week, I'll go through my X account and I will bookmark all the latest viral news and everything, all the scuttlebutt that people are talking about. I will take the most, I will say, impactful and the juiciest posts, and I will bookmark them. We go through them. I will do readings on some of these posts, not all of them. I will do readings on when I feel is probably what is good to read on, what people would want to know about. Now, as we all know, folks, people have been saying that time is speeding up. I don't know about you, but it's crazy. I love the fact that time is speeding up because, let's face it, we want this to get on with the show, all right? Many of us are just sick of the shit. We're ready to move on. We're ready to ascend. We're ready to, just get to the next phase, right? We're ready to level up. So most of us want time to speed up. But I don't know about you folks. This time increase is really discombobulating. Speaking of discombobulating, because I don't know about you, but it was already hard enough for me to get so many things, let's say, done. But now that time is sped up, I find myself running around just trying to get a few things done, and it's really throwing me off. I'm exhausted, and it just seems that, like I said, it was already taking me so much to do just a few things. I mean, when I was, all of us used to be able to do so many things during a day, and now it's very difficult. But this time, speed up is, I love it. I'm glad that it's accelerating. However, if you have dates and if you have time and if you have time constraints and if you have deadlines, it's really, really hard to navigate the time acceleration. But you know what? I'll take it. I will take it. Okay. No one wants to linger for that long. Okay, folks. So let's view this post. Here we go. So it says, time is literally speeding up. 1968 Soviet clock versus 2025 clock. Watch the second hand on the right is moving nearly twice as fast. Monks on Mount Athos say their 24-hour candles now burn longer, but prayers feel like they last forever. Is time accelerating? Ding, ding, ding. Yes, folks, it is. Are we in the end times? Yes, we are, but not bad end times. And to this demonic cabal world, and we're integrating and we're ascending, okay? Or is something messing with reality itself? Yes, our reality has been messed with. Watch this split screen and tell me your eyes aren't lying. What's happening to time in your life? Do days feel like they are flying? Reply with how many hours your day feels like now. 24, 18, 12. Retweet if this blew your mind. So, folks, let me know if this resonates with you. Start this out. Get out. Unbelievable, huh? What do you guys think in the chat? Have you been experiencing time glitches? Have you been experiencing glitches in time or time speeding up? Let me know in the chat. All right, folks. Very, very interesting. I think it's very, very interesting. All right, let's continue to my bookmarks. All right, folks, this is breaking news that happened in my neck of the woods. I live south of Boston on the South Shore. I won't disclose where because I have pervy men trying to get in touch with me. So that's another thing. That's why I go by Lady D, folks. So, folks, I understand that there are many of you that know my first name. There's a reason why I go by Lady D and not my first name. So if you don't mind, please don't put my first name in the chat or refer to me as my first name. I use my name Lady D for a reason, and that's for privacy reasons and privacy concerns. If I wanted people to use my first name or refer to me as my first name, I would call myself my first name, but I don't. And that's because for privacy concerns, okay? So anyways, just letting you know that because some people have put it in the chat. And if you notice, if you use my name in any comments or in the chat, you'll be deleted. Not because I'm a bitch, but because, again, I have pervy psycho men trying to get in touch with me. So I don't need any any psychos trying to find where I am. Okay, you have to understand when you're a public figure, you have to guard your privacy. All right. Anyway, moving on. So in my neck of the woods, I was probably sometime this afternoon. I was in the middle of, I don't know, I was on my couch either meditating or something, and all of a sudden my house shook and I heard this big boom. Okay, now granted, I live right across the street from, let's say, from a very public post office, and there's a lot of loud trucks, and I'm not that far from Logan Airport. And you have to understand with planes, there's sonic booms, but this was different. My whole house shook. And I didn't think anything of it. And then right before I came on, I got a notification from Benny Johnson that there was a big sonic boom happened in my neck of the woods. So we're going to go through this. This happened this afternoon. So we have a few videos here we're going to share. All right. So here we go. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me just make sure I have the sound on. I think I have the sound on. Let me know if you can hear this, folks. I think I have the sound on. The boom is at the end. Okay, that was the first boom. Let me know if you can hear the boom. Okay, here's another video. It's very faint, but you should be able to hear it. Did you hear that one? That was a good one. Let me know in the chat if you could hear that. I'm going to play that one again. You could hear that? Let me know in the chat. Give me a yes or a 555 in the chat if you could hear that, please. Want to make sure everything's working. Okay, thank you. I'm getting a yes. Thank you, guys. I appreciate your feedback. Here's another one. This actually, there's no video. I mean, there's no audio. It's just a video. Look at that. So here we go. A sonic boom heard above Boston would be due to a meteor entering the atmosphere. According to the latest news, there would be no injuries nor any ground destruction. And here we go. Let's see. Footage from Stoneham, Massachusetts appears to capture the massive boom heard across the state around 2:11 p.m. this afternoon. They say it was a meteor fireball entering Earth's atmosphere and generating a powerful sonic boom. Many residents reported hearing explosive booms, while others claimed they felt shaking that resembled a small earthquake. NASA has not yet released a final confirmation. Oh, well, really? Not that we give a shit what NASA has to say, because they're not a space authority. They're fake, phony. NASA, not a space authority. So really, no one gives a shit what NASA has to say. We know about them. And this says explosion sound heard in Boston, Cambridge, Mass. Registered impact on my dash cam. Can you hear a double bang? Yes, we heard that. We already went through that one. Let's see if there's any more. Here we go. Okay, that's that. And here we go.
Programming here for just a short time to let you know that we are hearing from people all across eastern Massachusetts about a loud boom that happened just after 2 o'clock this afternoon. If you heard it, you're not alone. We are getting reports from north of Boston, south of Boston, and in the city as well. We're working to figure out exactly what this is. We are reaching out to authorities about, could it have been an earthquake or some sort of something that happened in the atmosphere, like a comet? Here's what one viewer sent us from the town of Franklin a short time ago.
What the hell is that?
Once again, that was in Franklin. We've seen video from other parts as well. This next video coming in is from North Cambridge.
What the hell is that?
You heard there what sounded like a crash of some sort, but again, we are not sure. Here's another video coming in. Someone shared this from Arlington. Take a look. Again, what sounded maybe like in the distance could have been confused with a gunshot or or some sort of loud bang. But again, it was heard all over the area. Police departments have received reports about this. We're checking in with the Weston Observatory, Boston University's earthquake experts, to see if they know it was an earthquake. I was just on the U.S. Geological Survey's website. There are no reported earthquakes anywhere in New England as of today. We're bringing back updates as soon as you get them. If you have heard from us and you want to send us your video, again, this happened shortly after 2 o'clock. We'd love to see and hear that video. In the meantime, we are on it, trying to find out what this was. I'm David Bienick. Now back to regular programming.
All right, let's continue. Here's another one. That doesn't have any sound. Oh yeah, it did have a little sound at the end, but you barely hear it. So that was kind of a dud.
2, we have a follow-up and we have the evidence. Hey everyone, part 2, we have a follow-up and we have the evidence. That was a meteor that exploded. It was just off the South Shore outside of Boston, and so that's why it was heard over a large area, and we can tell because of satellite data. Basically, when one of these enters the atmosphere and it explodes and it's releasing all that energy, it shows up as lightning. So on our lightning mapper on satellite data, you can see where exactly that came, and hopefully no more excitements from the sky, weather, or otherwise for the rest of the day. Hey everyone, part 2, we have a follow-up.
Sorry, folks, I was trying to freeze it because I want to, there's another one. I want to, here we go. This is where the boom was. My question is, if it was just one meteor, why is there multiple flashes? I call bullshit, bullshit. My boop, 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 boop. My bullshit detector is going off. I don't think it was a meteor. Let me know in the chat if you guys think it was a meteor. What meteor do you know does that? I don't think it was a meteor. I think that's just the cover story, folks. What do you think? Let me know in the chat. Yes or no in the chat. Do you think it was a meteor? Why? How can meteors explode like this? You know what I think? I think, and my friend Kate Sterling, we were texting before we came on the show, and Kate's in the chat, that there was some kind of a little skerfuffle, a little bit of a, let's say, galactic battle or firefight in the airs above my state of Massachusetts, or as I call it, Taxachusetts. Yeah, Taxachusetts. Because I live in a liberal libtard state, unfortunately. No one believes it was as a sonic boom. Yep. Exactly, Brenda Bailey. You're talking my language. You're singing my song, sister. That's right, Daniel. You believe? Yep. Yep. Okay, Roberta. I agree with you. Yep. That's right. Let me know in the chat. The Galactics are kicking some ass. I believe so, Tom. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, they're cleaning house. Carmen, bullshit detector. Oh, where are you, Carmen? I just saw you. There you are. The chat is going so fast. Sometimes I can't keep up. Yeah, of course I'm going to read cards. You know me by now, Arbova. You know I'm going to read cards on it. I can't wait to see what the cards say. I'm with you, Lady D. Meteor, my stone ass. Oh, I love you guys. I love you guys. You guys keep me sane because I'm not sane. Here we go. A few.
Whoa. Something just blew up at the...
Folks, it was very, very loud there. Let's replay that one. Here we go.
Something just blew up at the... Whoa. Something just blew up at the...
Yeah, meteor fragments can cause multiple flashes, Poker John, but I call bullshit. That's what I do. I call bullshit. All right, folks, so let's do a reading. Let's see. Was it a meteor? Was it a galactic fight? Was it somebody from the alliance, the White Hat Alliance, that was taking out some, let's say, the rest of the demonic minions, maybe a bad spaceship. Let's see, because I'm calling BS on the whole meteor. The whole meteor, let's say, cover story. Now, this not only happened in Massachusetts, it also happened in South Carolina. I have a cousin that lives in South Carolina. She sent me one, and apparently it's happened in many different places. So, and this didn't just happen today. So if it was really meteors, then I would think that it would just happen, once, or one meteor would happen once, but it's happening all around the United States. All right. So what do you think? Let's do a reading on it. Let's do a reading on to see what's going on. Okay, let's do this. So let me get the cards. Let's ask, was this really a meteor? Okay, was this really a meteor? Was it the cover story? Was it exactly a meteor? Was it the cover story that they say? Or was it something else? What do you think? Let's ask, okay? And also, folks, please, if you're on your way in, please like, share, and subscribe. So here we go, folks. Holy Spirit of God, in the name of Yeshua the Christ, in regards to the big sonic boom that occurred over Massachusetts, my state, this afternoon, can you let us know what it is? Anything to indicate what it was? The yes or no element is, was it in fact a meteor, as they are reporting in the news? Was it in fact a meteor that was breaking the atmosphere, that split into pieces, caused the big noise, the boom, and went into fragments? Was it a meteor, or was it something else? Was that just a cover story? And anything that will give clarity and understanding to this question. What say you, Holy Spirit of God, in the name of Yeshua the Christ? Was it a meteor, or was it something else? Give it to us straight, Holy Spirit of God, in the name of Yeshua. I believe it was some kind of galactic fight, a skirmish that happened, but let's see. Okay. First card, Wheel of Fortune. Second of card, the Justice. Okay. Judgment. Folks, this wasn't a fucking meteor. Okay. Okay, wasn't a meteor. Look at all those major arcanas. Something big is happening. Multiple things. Four of Pentacles. Okay, so I'm gonna pick. Keep on picking here. I don't think it was a meteor, okay? Okay, so we asked, was this a meteor? Okay, was this a meteor, or was this something different? Was this what they reported on the news? Okay, was it something galactic, or was it something galactic? Okay, so right off the bat that I'm getting it. Okay, so it wasn't, how do I put it? Okay, so we got the Wheel of Fortune, we got the Justice card, we got the Judgment card, we got the Four of Pentacles, and we got the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so I'm getting that it wasn't just one thing, it was multiple things. And with that Four of Pentacles right there, I'm getting that they're hiding the truth. There's a cover. The Four of Pentacles right there is all about keeping information, keeping things tied to your chest, secrets, not revealing things. So folks, right off the bat, I'm getting this is not just a meteor. Okay, this is not just a meteor. I'm getting that this was something. I'm getting that it's something galactic. Okay, I'm getting it's something galactic, and I'm getting that it's something because okay, so you got the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is all about a sudden change of fortune. Okay. And we got the justice card and the judgment card. Okay. So I'm getting, it was something galactic and it was something to break apart. I feel there was some kind of shield. I'm getting some kind of energetic shield that was dark, and it was the last bits of it. So it was almost like, you know, when I used to talk about the black goo. So I'm getting that most of the black goo was gone, but there was a little bits of remnants and pieces that was still around surrounding the earth. So I'm getting what this was a galactic. I'm getting, it was almost like the galactic rods of God. What they were doing is they were foisting, I'm getting that they were, how do I put it? I'm getting the galactics put some kind of like energy weapon, some kind of blast into like this. I'm getting like this gray type of, like an organism, but it was not like the black goo. I'm getting that it was pretty much this gray type of, I'm almost seeing like a mesh that was around the earth. And I'm getting that it was the last that was kind of holding the false matrix, like the 3D false matrix. So I'm getting that was a blast. And I'm getting that there was also some dark spaceships that were running around, a couple of minions that they were fighting off. Okay? Because look, we got the Wheel of Fortune. So this is dark to light. The Wheel of Fortune is like all of a sudden overnight success. It's like dark to light. The Wheel of Fortune is a sudden change of fortune. It means that all of a sudden it's different. It's like night and day, breaking point. All of a sudden it's like complete reversal. So I'm getting that. And we got the Justice card. So the Justice card is the galactics. They want justice to this earth. All right. They want justice on this earth. So the Justice card is all about bringing things that are true and right and just. And basically, we could never get justice and we could never get to our ascension point if there was black goo and we're still being held down, if there's still minions running around. We also got the Judgment card. Now, the Judgment card is all about waking people up. All right. It's a wide awakening. It's a wake up call. Okay, so this was, all right, and I'm getting that, of course, I already went through that. The Four of Pentacles is all about holding back information and not telling the truth. They're obscuring the truth. And we got the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is all about balancing multiple priorities. So this wasn't just one thing. I'm getting it is an array of things, okay? And we got the Seven of Cups too was my last card. So this was confusion. And I'm getting multiple things. So I'm not getting it was a meteor. Okay. I'm sure there have been meteors coming in and out of our galaxy. I'm getting it was multiple things. Okay. Like I said before, I'm getting there was almost like gray matter, a little bit of that residue of the black goo that the Galactic Federation got rid of. There was still a little bit lingering, and that black goo was basically keeping us in this realm and keeping the sleepers asleep. I'm getting that they did this for divine justice. They were doing this to help cleanse the earth of these demons, cleanse the earth of this, I will say, this kind of energy that was like holding us down. It was holding us in this prison. And it's time for divine justice. So the Galactics took it upon themselves. I'm also getting it was a wake-up call to get people awakened, like, hello, boom, literally wake-up call. All right. So, and it was a rude awakening for a lot of people, but they're trying to get people's attention. All right. Obviously, we got that they're covering them up. And the Two of Pentacles means that there wasn't just one reason or this wasn't just one thing. I'm getting there was multiple priorities. They were basically doing a lot. I hate to use the expression killing two birds with one stone, but they were checking a couple of things off their to-do list, and they could do it both at the same time. So that's what they were doing. And I'm getting there was multiple things going on. All right. Multiple things. And I'm getting yes. So folks, let me pull some more. All right, galactic cards. I got the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands. That's galactic and military. What else? The Chariot card is a battle card. The Chariot card is the quintessential battle card. This is war. This is aggressive action. So, folks, I'm calling bullshit. I am calling bullshit. This was not a meteor. Okay, I'm not speaking about what happened in South Carolina. I'm not speaking about other things that happened over the week. I'm talking about specifically what happened in Massachusetts today. And I'm getting folks that this was two things. It was a little galactic skirmish, a little battle, a little, like, say, firefight to get rid of some dark, let's say, dark galactics or dark beings or dark extraterrestrials. And also it was to get attention, but it was definitely a battle as indicated with the Chariot card. This was definitely involved with the White Hat Alliance, the Galactic Federation of Worlds. All right. This was to wake people up. It was to bring justice to our realm and earth so we could finally ascend. And this happened suddenly, meaning this wasn't planned. It was like sudden change of fortune. It happened in an instant. It was like night and day, a sudden turning point. So this was not planned. It just happened. So, folks, yes. Now, as Laura said, it could be something to do with the timelines. I do feel that it does have something to do with the timelines, because I feel that we have been ascending and changing timelines, but I feel like this, if they didn't do this, we wouldn't be able to go to the next timeline. So I feel that this does indirectly affect the timeline. So that's what I'm getting, folks. Oh, thank you, Tina. Good to see you, Tina. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm just looking in the chat. Just looking in the chat. Yes. Yes, the Q drop, boom, boom, boom. Yep, everyone's referring to the Q drops in the chat. Yep. I didn't even know that. You guys are on point. I guess there was a Q drop that said boom, boom, boom. Wow, I didn't even know that, folks. I did not know that. You guys know your stuff. You know your stuff. Will we ever meet the Galactics? Oh, of course we will. Some of us already have. Yes, we will. We will. Absolutely. I'm just looking at the chat. I'm looking at the chat, folks. I love you, Tina, and I love you. I love you, Kate. I love you all. I love you all. I love you all in the chat. What color is my lipstick? I don't know. I don't know. It's Fit Oil. I have no idea what color it is. I ordered it on Amazon. Sorry. And to tell you the truth, it's a combination of different ones. I lined it and then I put this lip stuff. It's some kind of red. But thanks. All right. Yes, we cannot wait to meet them. Of course. Who can wait to meet them? So, folks, considering also, I didn't even know about the Q drops, and I'm going to go back. That just confirms it even more so. I'm going to go back to the Q drops. That says, let me see, up here. Where did the Q drop? I'm looking for. Let's see. I'm looking for the Q drop comment. There was a comment. Here we go. So, folks, yes, the Q drop said boom, boom, boom. So that just confirms it wasn't a meteor, folks. All right. It was not a meteor. There you go. And I didn't even know about that. I do follow the Q board, but I don't look at it every day. I'm not like let's say I'm not one of those people that looks at the Q board every day, but that just confirms it, folks. So no, it was not a meteor. Okay. So I can't speak for all the other booms that we heard, but I have to tell you, the one that happened in Massachusetts was definitely not one. So excellent, excellent, excellent news. All right, folks. So things are heating up, folks. Monday is June 1st. I don't know about you, but I am feeling that June is going to be an explosive month. And considering that the end of May is we have booms, I think we're going to have an explosive June if the end of May is any indication. What do you guys think? I mean, Trump keeps on talking that he wants everything wrapped up by July 4th so we can have the 250th anniversary of the United States. And this would actually be the first only anniversary. This would be the first ever July 4th that we're truly, truly independent of the crown, because we know we haven't been independent of the royal lizards over there in the UK. It's only been a show, but considering that the lizards are pretty much done and there's clones, or I don't know, whoever's playing them, we know that that's not the real king lizard and the king lizard's court consort, that douchebag Camilla and the rest of them. So very interesting, folks. Very, very interesting. I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. All right, folks, I'm going to get back to the show. I'm going to keep on sharing my screen, and we're going to get to my X account. All right, and here we go. Let's see. Oh, he's talking about the ballroom here.
This will be the entrance into the ballroom. The ballroom will be right here. This is a beautiful glass tunnel. Beautiful tunnel that goes right into the ballroom. Ballroom's right there. Pretty good, right?
You've had so much fun, I feel like, designing this.
Well, I did. It's going to be one of the greatest. I would say it will be the greatest facility of its kind ever built, by far. There'll never be anything like it. And we're ahead of schedule. We're right on budget.
That's par for course.
And it's a gift from me and from great patriots that, it's going to cost the country nothing. This will be the entrance into the ballroom. The ballroom will be right here.
Well, folks, we know that the libtards are going apeshit over the ballroom. But, if the Democrats, if the libtards weren't being hypocritical, they wouldn't be breathing. It was okay for Obama to put in a basketball court, and that didn't benefit the country, wouldn't benefit any future presidents ongoing, but Trump's putting in a ballroom that will benefit the country, will benefit the White House, will benefit any president or administration that goes after him. But of course, the libtards, they go nuts because, like I said, if they weren't double standard Democrats, libtards, they wouldn't be breathing. Now, folks, something that is coming out in the news now that we've known a long time ago, and that's Justin Trudeau, the loser ex-prime minister of Canada, the deep state puppet cuckold that's running around with Katy Perry's clone at Coachella doing ecstasy and taking selfies on social media. This loser, we all knew that he was Fidel Castro's illegitimate son. I mean, you look at him, it's pretty evident. We all know his mother, Margaret Trudeau. She was very, very fond of Fidel. There's pictures of young Justin Trudeau on Fidel Castro's lap. Many, many pictures of not only Margaret Trudeau with Fidel Castro, but also the, what's his name? Justin Trudeau's father, and I forget his name. Okay. But now it is coming out, one of the family members of the Castro family is coming out. Now, she didn't come out and exactly say that Justin Trudeau is one of her illegitimate siblings. All right. But she said enough to put that if anyone with a working brain cell or a couple of working brain cells could put two and two together. Okay. So here we go. Justin Castro is Fidel's illegitimate son. All right. If you look, Pierre Trudeau. Pierre Trudeau is his father. Folks, tell me that doesn't look like Justin Trudeau. Tell me that that doesn't look like Justin Trudeau, the spineless deep state puppet that used to run Canada. Look at that. Folks, I believe that's Justin or his brother Michael. Could be Justin or his brother Michael, but look at her. Folks, Margaret Trudeau has been known to be, let's say, a little floozy. She's a tart. She's a tart. There are many rumors that have been circling for years that she went off with couple of the Rolling Stones and had orgies with them. Yeah, she was pretty liberal, you know what I mean? Liberal with, she didn't keep her legs closed. She was liberal with opening her legs, okay? She was a bit of a tart. She was. All right, folks, here we go, right there. Oh, I can't stand it. Right here. Look at that. That's right. She's a tramp. She's nothing but a tramp, a tart, a floozy, a whore. That's right. She is. She's no good. She's nothing but a feckin' tart. She is, as they say in Ireland. Look at that, folks. Look at that. Let me know if you think in the chat, if you think that Trudeau is Castro's son. I think he is. So let's go back. Let me go back to the bookmarks. And here we go. During an interview, Pavlich raised the rumor directly. For years, we've heard rumors that Justin Trudeau, the former PM of Canada, could be your half-brother. What do you think? Let me see if it comes out. Oh, no. I actually have another video of it. Let's see. I actually have a video. Here we go.
Justin Trudeau, the former Prime Minister of Canada.
And this is a little.
We've heard rumors that Justin, Prime Minister of Canada, could be your half-brother. What do you think of that?
The only thing I can say is that his mother used to visit the country very often.
Well, that may be a tell then. I guess that's a half answer.
Yeah.
Do you plan to call him and maybe find out?
No. I won't do it. If he wants, he's going to be welcome, but I won't. I think he keeps that to himself, and you have to respect that.
For years, we've heard rumors that Justin Trudeau, the former Prime Minister of Canada, could be your half-brother. What do you think of that?
The only thing I can say is that his mother used to visit the country very often.
Yeah,
Well,
folks, that's her way of saying it without saying it. You all can read between the lines, right? There are no dummies on this channel. Folks, look it. Fidel Castro's daughter has confirmed that Justin Trudeau is her biological brother. This is yet more vindication for the so-called conspiracy theorists. We have reported for years that Justin is the love child of Fidel Castro and mother Margaret Trudeau, the tart. All right, folks, just so you know, I did a reading on that a long time ago when I got that he was Fidel's illegitimate love child. It makes total sense that he's a commie. He's a communist, and he's a commie because look, he comes from commie stock. Literally, he comes from commie stock. Commie stock. All right? He has commie blood, commie stock. All right, here we go. This was reported on Melissa Radio. Here we go. And I'm going to.
No, we're not uploading.
President Trump just posted this bombshell. FBI whistleblower says thousands of hours of January 6th footage was hidden because federal Human sources were in the crowd, and deep state agents were ordered to make up charges against January 6ers. Anyone who called it out from inside was retaliated against. Here we go, folks.
These kinds of exchanges that we're going to, no, we're not uploading, we're not starting cases on these people. To which they said, well, we're going to call your SAC, and the SSA said, go right ahead, because when you're pushing back, you want to make sure that you have your six covered. So the SAC and the ASAC were intimately aware of these kinds of exchanges that were going on. And again, to his credit, Joe Bonavolonta said, no, we're not opening up cases on people who went to a rally. And I forgot a key part. The SSA for CT2 said, happy to do it. Show us where they were inside the Capitol, and we'll look into it. To which WFO said, we can't show you those videos unless you can tell us the exact time and place those individuals were inside the Capitol. To which the SSA responded back, and I was privy to these conversations firsthand. Why can't you show us? Why can't you just send us, give us access to the 11,000 hours of video that's available? Because there may be UC's undercover officers or CHS's confidential human sources on those videos whose identity we need to protect.
Very interesting, folks. So, folks,
no, we're not uploading.
Day 6 narrative is crumbling. We all know it has now been confirmed through whistleblower testimony and evidence that there were about, now don't quote me, this is an approximate, there was about 270 plainclothes FBI agents that were either plainclothes and they were dressed as Trump supporters, and they had Trump signs to make it look like they were Trump supporters. It is a fact. It has been confirmed again through whistleblower testimony and evidence. They have Nancy Pelosi, that demonic bitch. They have her laptop to confirm it. They were plainclothes officers, FBI agents, dressed as Trump supporters with Trump gear, MAGA gear, and they're the infiltrators, and they're the ones who caused January 6th. We're not dumb. So all the libtards that want to say, January 6th is the worst thing that happened. Okay, after the summer of love and the millions of dollars of damage. As I said before, if a libtard Democrat is not breathing, if they're not being hypocritical and they don't have double standards, they're not breathing oxygen, because that is the libtard thing. Okay? Hypocrisy at its finest. And here we go. Speaking of tarts and liars, this bitch has a screw loose. Here we go. Jean Carroll is now under criminal investigation, and President Trump just posted the shocking moment where she called rape sexy on national television. Let's look at this crazy bitch.
It hurt. It
don't feel like a victim.
I was not thrown on the ground and ravished, which the word rape carries so many sexual connotations. This was not sexual. It hurt.
Well, I think most people think of rape as it is a violent assault. It is not.
I think most people think of rape as being sexy.
Mm. Let's take a short break.
Think of the fantasies.
Mm. We're going to take a quick break. If you can stick around, we'll talk more on the other side.
You're fascinating to talk to.
Do you notice after she says that most people think rape is sexy? He goes, we're going to have to take a short break. We're going to have to take a short break. Look at her. Okay? In America, we'll say that this woman is a few sandwiches short of a picnic. All right? In the UK, you'll say she's gone around the bend. Okay? And here in Massachusetts, we'll say she's batshit fucking crazy. This lady is demonic. All right. When God was giving out brains, she was not only absent that day, she was absent the full week. She hit the retard tree. She was born on the retard tree and hit every imbecile branch on the way down. Okay? Not only is she a tart, she's a liar. She is absolutely insane. So, folks, there's more to come on this. I've already done readings on this, and she's full of it. President Trump didn't ravage her, didn't rape her. She was paid by the deep state to lie against Trump. She was paid by the deep state. Okay? So, there you go. Let me know in the chat if anyone believes that. This one who thinks that rape is sexy. Really? What a psycho. Anyone says that. Most people think that rape is sexy. And then Anderson Cooper's like, okay, all right, okay. Let's go to commercial break, because how do you move forward after that one? I mean, this lady is a psycho with a capital P. All right. Gone. All right, folks, let's move on to the LA mayoral race. It is getting juicy. Now, a lot of my peeps live in LA, and let's hope that, and I did a reading last week that Spencer Pratt was going to win. So we're going to talk about Spencer Pratt now. Here we go. When I was in my 20s, I was on a TV show. When Karen Bass was in her 20s, she was training in terrorist tactics and guerrilla warfare with communists in Cuba. Yeah, little commie she is. Back when the LA Times was still in LA and used to tell the truth. Of course, we know because Obama, he passed some kind, I forget the name of the act, but he passed the act that the mainstream media were allowed to lie. Yes, that's Obama. Gee, I wonder why. Why would a president make it so that the mainstream media would be able to lie? Gee, I wonder why Big Mike's bitch Barry did that. Why did Big Mike's bitch Barry? Why did he do that? I wonder. Very interesting. So here we go. Plaintiff Karen Bass, according to 1973 intelligence document provided to the Times, traveled to Cuba with the 6th contingent of Venceremos Brigade, the Venceremos Brigade. The brigade trains revolutionary prone Americans in terrorist tactics and guerrilla warfare while claiming to harvest sugarcane. Bass categorized a brigade leader returning from Cuba to the USA. Bring him back. Propaganda, that's right, commie propaganda, literature. The document noted without citing the source of this information. She's a commie. Okay, here we go. Let's keep on going. Here's the LA Times back in the 1990s of actually telling the truth about how corrupt California politicians were back then. Here we go. And this is about Brown. Sacramento Assembly Speaker Willie Brown continued his rush to hand out patronage jobs while he retains his powerful post. Has given high-paying appointments to his former law associate and former Alameda County prosecutor, who is Brown's frequent companion. Brown, exercising his power even as his speakership seems near an end, named attorney Kamala Harris. Oh, you guys know her. Remember Cackles the Clown? Cackles the Clown. Yay, we know her. We know Cackles. He named attorney Kamala Harris to the California Medical Assistance Commission, a job that pays $72,000 a year. Yes, we all know her. If people don't know who Willie Brown is, Willie Brown was married. And Kamala Harris, that whore, she was publicly having an affair with him, because we know that Cackles the Clown, the only way she got into politics was to lay on her back and spread her legs. That's how she got into politics. Either that or she was on her knees, if you know what I mean. Harris, a former deputy district attorney in Alameda County, was described by several people at the Capitol as Brown's girlfriend. What an upstanding citizen she is. Having an affair with a married man. Yes, she's great. was described by several people at the Capitol as Brown's girlfriend. In March, San Francisco Chronicle columnist Herb Cain called her the speaker's. Isn't that special? Good for you. Herb Cain called her the speaker's new steady. Harris declined to be interviewed Monday, and Brown's spokeswoman did not return phone calls. Harris accepted the appointment last week after serving 6 months as Brown's appointee to the Unemployment Insurance Appeals Board, which pays $97,088 a year. She was also serving she was serving a lot of other things too. She was serving him a lot of sex. After Harris resigned from the unemployment board last week, Brown replaced her with Philip S. Ryan, a lawyer and longtime friend and associate. Wow, isn't that special? Spencer Pratt, you don't hate these corrupt politicians enough. Last Friday, the city of LA quietly dismissed its cross-complaint against the state of California in the Palisades fire litigation. Today, New Scum endorsed Bass. I call her ass because she's an ass. Quite frankly, she's an asshole. Someone should call her Basshole. Did Bass just throw the taxpayers under the bus? Did she just throw them under the bus? Hello, she's been throwing them under the bus for years now. Wake up. Hello. Did Bass just throw the taxpayers under the bus by dismissing the city's legal ability to seek indemnity from the state for billions of dollars in damages in exchange for the governor's last-minute endorsement? Of course she did. Of course she did. Do you even have to ask? And here we go. Let's see. And there's New Scum there. Look at this demonic bitch. And look at this. This is not the original New Scum. He was hung or shot in Gitmo. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. Now you need to take this one. Look at this one. Look at this commie bitch. Ew, can't stand them. I can't stand them. I can't stand them. Angelinos, just in the last 48 hours, Karen Bass has spent $250,000 of your tax dollars dealing with fires caused by homeless drug addicts. And it's not even fire season yet. That's $250,000 not going to paving your roads or firing up streetlights. Vote accordingly. Here we go. Another. And it says LA traffic chaos as brush fire near Getty Center forces lane closures on major freeway. Lovely. Poor California. Poor California. Enough is enough. All right, and here we go. Now, of course, Jimmy Kimmel, you know Jimmy Kimmel, the demonic cuckold. You know him, right? He's the one that I said last week. Before he goes on every show, he asks his wife, who is his handler. She's a high priestess. She asks for him to take his tiny set of mouse balls out of her purse so he can put them on. He puts them on for the show. And then right after the show, he gives back his tiny set of mouse balls to his demonic wife. She puts them back in her purse, and then she goes out back and sacrifices a few chickens to Moloch. That's his handler, demonic bitch wife. Yes. Jimmy Kimmel, the cuckold. As if he has any moral high ground. I don't know why he's still on. His days are numbered. He's going to be off soon. But unfortunately, he's still on. But here we go, folks. This is Jimmy.
Hey, Spencer, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Kimmel. I'm going to read this. This poor baker lost everything in the Palisades fire because Jimmy Kimmel, his sister-in-law, Carly Kimmel, douchebag, allegedly tried to start a boycott against her. She supposedly bullied the store into pulling the Vote Pratt cookies. Yes, Jimmy Kimmel's sister-in-law. That means the handler, his wife, the high priestess handler, which her sister, okay, her sister. She supposedly bullied the store into pulling the Vote Pratt cookies until customer backlash forced them to restock. Let's be clear, no one in the Kimmel family lost a home in the Palisades fire. This baker is a fire victim, and more accurately, a victim of Karen Bass. Amen. And she is just trying to survive and rebuild. Stop celebrity bullying of fire victims who just want to save their city. Listen to Spencer Pratt and order some cookies from this baker. And if you're in Southern California, so all those in Southern California, order from her. And I'm going to play this video from Spencer.
Hey Spencer, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing great. How are you?
So these are the cookies that everyone's talking about?
The sold out cookies that people should order from the fire victim that's trying to support my campaign is saving Los Angeles, making LA safe. Yeah, these cookies.
Are these the cookies that Jimmy Kimmel's sister-in-law tried to shut down? Is that?
These are those famous cookies. So
how do they taste? Can you taste one?
Oh, these are just the best cookies in the whole world. Oh my God. Look at this.
Where can we buy these from? Was it
San Vicente Foods? And this baker, she lost everything in the Palisades fire.
So she's a victim too?
And she's just trying to support her family. And that woman was trying to stop somebody from supporting their family.
What message do you have for Jimmy Kimmel and his family for trying to do all this kind of stuff?
You know, I hope they go support a fire victim that lost everything and maybe make amends and buy some of these cookies. You know, I think that would be a good apology.
No apology.
I always have time to support people that are, you know, trying to build back from nothing and that are being attacked by people that obviously don't understand that my message is common sense. So thank you to this baker who's fighting for LA.
Disgusting. Disgusting, folks. I'll be the day that, you know, we have EBS and all the disclosures come out, I would be celebrating. But the day that Jimmy Kimmel goes down, Ilhan Omar goes to jail, and when the View is gone and we don't have to hear from Sunny Houston every day, will be the day that I will celebrate so much, because I'm telling you, there's nothing that I'd like more to take a bucket of shit and throw it in Sunny Houston's face, Ilhan Omar, and Jimmy Kimmel. Look at this. How much money do you think that this cuckold demonic douchebag with a tiny set of mouse balls and a pencil dick, how much money do you think Jimmy Kimmel was paid to trash Spencer Pratt? What a douchebag. Can't wait to see you go. Here we go, folks. I'm going to play this in 1 second.
Jimmy Kimmel's sister-in-law allegedly targeted a small grocery store's bakery in Los Angeles because it sold cookies supporting Spencer Pratt, who is running for mayor. The late-night show host's sister-in-law, Carly Kimmel, was accused of launching a complaint about the Pratt-themed cookies at Vicente's Foods, a staple grocery store in Brentwood, in a ritzy neighborhood sandwiched between Santa Monica and Beverly Hills. The 78-year-old store's bakery owner, Danielle, said that she made the cookies that said "Vote Pratt" with a hummingbird in the skyline of LA to show support for Pratt's candidacy. She said that she related to the campaign because she had personally lost everything in the fires. She also said that she agrees with Spencer's criticism to the response to the fires. According to Danielle, at first the store was supportive of the bakery selling the cookies, but she was just told that she had to take them down after a complaint. It sounds like she's still able to sell them but not display them because she was ultimately told not to make them visible anymore.
What are they so afraid of? The truth. Yeah, because people in California are not dumb. Here we go. James Woods. This is one Hollywood actor that is phenomenal, that is on Team God and MAGA. I love James Woods. He's awesome. You guys have to follow him on X. Here we go. On the left is Spencer Pratt's home. On the right is Jimmy Kimmel's. Mr. Kimmel repeatedly violates FCC equal time election laws, campaigning against Mr. Pratt on his late night political show. You notice how he doesn't say comedy show, because there is no comedy, because he's not fucking funny. He's not funny at all. Hasn't been in a while. ABC's defense is that Mr. Kimmel's show is comedy. Yeah, okay, comedy. All right. The only comedy that happens is when Jimmy Kimmel gets out of the shower and looks down and sees his tiny set of mouse balls. That's the only comedy he gets. All right. This is Spencer Pratt's home to the left. And on the right, the cuckold's house. What a loser. Such a loser. Spencer Pratt for LA. Yep. Absolutely. Spencer Pratt. Okay. And this is Spencer's. This is Spencer. I love memes. This is Spencer's response. Jimmy is secretly voting for me. How much do you want to bet? When his wife lets him out of the house, he's going to go and secretly vote for Spencer Pratt. You stupid cuckold. What a ballless wonder you are. What a ballless cuckold, Jimmy Kimmel. And here we go. Jane Fonda. Look at this. How much plastic surgery have you had? I mean, it wasn't bad enough what she did back in the 60s with Vietnam. But this demonic bitch, look at her. Jane Fonda endorses LA Mayor Karen Bass for re-election. Jane Fonda, you're older than Methuselah. You've had so much plastic surgery. I think that you have like probably 10 pounds of plastic in your face. You and your fake tits can go fuck yourself. No one cares what you think, Jane Fonda. You're a has-been. Oh. Here we go. Infamous Hey No Jane, photo of Jane Fonda posing with North Vietnamese troops next to anti-aircraft guns used to target American forces. Yeah. I'm sure she did a lot of work there. Yeah, she was on her knees doing a lot of work there with the Vietnamese, that whore. She's another commie. She's another commie. What? Do these Hollywood celebrities, don't they get it that no one gives a shit what they think anymore? No one gives a shit what they think anymore. And here's another thing. Here we go. This guy's great. All right, so here we go. It says, this is Killary. You gotta love Killary. Gotta love Killary the clone. This is Killary's clone. You know, that's because we know what happened to the real Killary, right? We know that she's not really. So this is her clone. This is what Trump's done to the people's house. A third of it is rubble. Another third is cage match. What a metaphor. And I love this guy. This guy has said exactly what I would say. Didn't your husband get a blowjob in the Oval Oral Office? Maybe sit this one out. I just love how the Clintons, especially this one, frazzle drip bitch, they have any moral high ground. Do they have any moral high ground? Okay. Maybe sit this one out, you demonic bitch. Oh, and of course, we have, just so you know, Jabba the Hutt is back in the United States, folks. We thought we got rid of Jabba the Hutt, and Jabba the Hutt is Rosie O'Donnell. Remember her? She moved to Ireland, but I guess the Irish told her to go feck herself. I guess the Irish told her to go shove it up her hole. Here we go, the 5 stages of Trump derangement syndrome. The Irish, you know what I love? I love she went over to Ireland to get away from MAGA, and then in Ireland they have MEGA, make Irish great again. That's what you get, Jabba the Hutt. I'd say go back to fucking Ireland, but I like the Irish too much. Oh, and let's get back to the LA race here. Wow. Fed up Los Angeles residents are now forming their own homeless camps directly outside Nithya Raman's house because she said it's not an issue when the homeless camp outside schools and children's locations. FAFO, Spencer Pratt, is the man for LA. We brought it to her doorstep so she can see what other people are going through. And of course, the hypocritical demonic bitch didn't like it.
You think about everybody else that's going through the same thing constantly that are being ignored.
And
Fake
I'm
homeless
going to-
encampments set up. Fake homeless encampments set up outside LA City Councilwoman and mayoral candidate Nithya Raman's home.
This is happening all over the city, and we brought it to her doorstep so she can see what other people are going through.
A man who claims he helped organize the stunt spoke exclusively with Fox 11 with his face covered.
All the political violence that's been going on is really important that people protect their identities.
Tents, trash, old tires, and a barbecue Monday morning, all outside Raman's home.
Basically doing a parody ad for her. Like if we were in charge of her campaign, this was the ad that we would make.
They feel like this draws the line.
Yeah, I think that, it's a public street and I can see where she's upset, but you think about everybody else that's going through the same thing constantly that are being ignored.
Fake homeless encampments set up outside
I
LA City
absolutely
Councilwoman
love
and
it.
mayoral
And
candidate
of course,
Nithya Raman's.
Of course, this hypocritical witch, she didn't like it. Oh, of course, rules for thee, but not for me. Rules for thee and not for me. I live in a big mansion, gated mansion, but there's nothing wrong with homeless encampments until it's in front of my house. And when it affects me, we can't have that. It's just like the douchebags that live in Massachusetts and Martha's Vineyard. Okay. I live in a liberal blue state, and I think this was back during the Biden years when they were letting everyone, during the brain dead Biden, when AutoPen was running the country, AutoPen, Weekend at Bernie's. They were, what was happening is that a lot of the red states were shipping all the invaders to many places. So they sent them to Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts, where all the rich elites of Massachusetts. Oh, and these are the same people that vote blue that said, we want the migrants. They belong. There's no borders. But they were okay sending them to poor towns or the inner city. But God forbid that Martha's Vineyard got migrants. Well, guess what? I think it was Texas that sent them, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was, what's his name? Oh my God. What's his name? I think it was either Texas or Florida, or both. They were sending them to Massachusetts. So the migrants came, they unloaded them in buses, and the rich elite, Democratic, double standard douchebags, they were in an uproar. I think they were they lost their minds. Oh no, we can't have this. Not an front step again. The rules for thee, not for me. So, of course, the elite douchebags, they didn't want these migrants in. So I think they were there about the day before the rich people on Martha's Vineyard were like, oh, no, we can't have this. And they were sent out. Yep, you gotta love a libtard if they're not writhing in hypocrisy, and if they're not speaking in double standards, they're not breathing oxygen. You gotta love
homeless
this.
encampments set up outside LA City Councilwoman and mayoral candidate Nithya Raman's home.
This is happening all over the city, and we brought it to her doorstep so she can see what other people are going through.
A man who claims he helped organize the stunt spoke exclusively with Fox 11 with his face covered.
All the political violence that's been going on is really important that people protect their identities.
Tents, trash, old tires, and a barbecue Monday morning, all outside Raman's home.
Basically doing a parody ad for her. Like if we were in charge of her campaign, this was the ad that we would make.
Yo, what's going on?
What he describes as a broader, sarcastic effort across Raman's Council District 4 in support of Spencer Pratt. Do you know Spencer Pratt, or are you affiliated with the Spencer Pratt campaign?
Guy, same video.
Absolutely not.
And here we go, folks. Holy smokes. Spencer Pratt reveals LA Mayor Karen Ass, that's right, Karen Ass, is in email chains with NGOs and individuals being investigated by the DOJ. They're all criminals. Karen Ass is connected to a mafia-like organization, the NGOs that are stealing billions of our tax money to increase drug addicts, make it on our wides. Excuse me. Let me rephrase this. Let me say that again so I can speak English. Karen Ass is connected to a mafia-like organization, the NGOs that are stealing billions of our tax money to increase drug addicts, make it on our sidewalks. She's complicit. These are her associates. She's in emails with the same people that have the DOJ investigations right now against them. So I believe maybe that's the only honest thing she's ever said, in the fact that, yes, they're all criminals. So maybe criminals are resistant to stopping the crime because they are profiting off these poor souls that Mayor Ass and these NGOs let 7 of them die on the sidewalk a day in their own feces. Elect common Spence. Here we go.
Off these poor souls that the mayor and these NGOs. She's connected to, obviously, a mafia-like organization. The NGOs that are stealing billions of our tax money to increase drug addicts naked on our sidewalks. She's complicit. These are her associates. She's in emails with the same people that have Department of Justice investigations right now against them. So I believe maybe that's the only honest thing she's ever said, in the fact that, yes, they're all criminals. So maybe criminals are resistant to stopping the crime because they're profiting off these poor souls that the mayor and these NGOs let 7 of them die on the sidewalk a day in their own feces. So yeah, these people are evil.
Absolutely.
She's connected to, obviously, a mafia-like organization.
I love, they call it, yes, exactly. I love that. Instead of common sense, common Spence. I love that word play. Instead of common sense, common Spence. You got to love it. You got to love it. All right, we did that. Oh, I can't even stand looking at her. And if you didn't already know, of course, he's a Christian and loves God. So let's more about.
Just been so connected with Jesus. Thankfully, I married an angel who was very connected with Jesus and has brought me to the light. You know, I was always not so bright in the light on the Lord's path here. And thankfully, my wife has always just been so connected with Jesus and God, and been like, Spencer, if this is God's plan, then it will be. And if not, then it won't. And come home and help me with the kids. Yeah. So it's been very empowering to just pray and just be on his path and just say, God, if you want me to save these animals, save these humans, and protect my city, just keep putting me in the place where I can do that. And if it's not God's plan, it won't happen, and I won't have that pressure and that burden on my heart that I now feel because I am so close to being able to do it. And if that's not the plan, I won't feel that anymore. So that will be a blessing also. But going into the debate, I was very nervous because, again, I've never been a politician. I've never done a debate, and I've never argued with 2 lying demons live on TV. In a political setting. Yeah. Technically, maybe in my past reality TV career, we could say that happened before. And I just said, God, if you want this for me, please just have me destroy them live on TV. And I walked off that stage, and this young high school kid came right up to me. He said, thank you, sir, for being the only one that told the truth up there on the stage. And for me, when I set out on this mission, it was just to get the truth at the highest platform I could. That's all I ever thought I was going to be able to do. Obviously, I know what needs to be done, but if it was only to expose the lies and the corruption of our beautiful city, I would have been fine if that was God's plan. But it seems like God has me going all the way in 5 days if everyone just turns in their ballots right now and votes.
Love it. Spencer, vote common Spence for LA Layer. All right, folks, moving on. And we're going to do a reading on this. So Dr. Jill, you know Dr. Jill, she was brain dead Biden's handler. She was the one who was leading him by the hand when he didn't know who the fuck he was. He didn't know he was fucking president. He didn't know where he was. He didn't even know he was alive. I swear to God, he was dead, and people had to wake him up and let him know that he was alive, okay? After saying, all these people, all the Democrats, especially here, are saying that he was mentally competent. All of a sudden now, Dr. Jill, who I don't think she's a doctor. By the way, she's not even a doctor. She never got her doctorates. She's a lying sack of shit. Yes, she is. Now all of a sudden she's saying that she thinks that Biden had a stroke during the debate back in 2024. Do you think? He was having a fucking 4-year stroke, bitch. All right? It wasn't even him. It was a bunch of actors that obviously had brain damage. But let's listen to
Had
Dr.
never,
her bullshit.
ever seen Joe like that.
She's
Were
lying
you
already.
horrified as you saw it unfold? I wasn't horrified. I was frightened because I had never, ever seen Joe like that.
With the COVID.
Liar! You're a lying bitch. You didn't see Joe like that? Well, that's okay because the whole world saw that he was brain dead and he was shitting his pants on live television. So, okay, you must be deaf, dumb, and blind. Okay, fucking Helen Keller.
Excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, President.
Look at
Before or since? Never.
Or since?
Yes. Or
You've
since.
never seen him like
Never.
that?
No.
What happened?
I don't know what happened. I mean, as I watched it, I thought, oh my God, he's having a stroke. And it scared me to death.
Joe, you did such a great job. You answered every question.
She's like, Joe, you did such a great job. You answered every question. She's acting like he's a 4-year-old that just used the potty for the first time. Yeah, you just did poo-poo and pee-pee on the potty all by yourself. Oh, good for you. Oh, you did it all by yourself. Yay. This is our president. And she's acting like he's a toddler. Yeah, you answered every question. Good for you. Did you give him a blow pop and send him to bed, you demonic bitch?
You knew all the. And let me ask the crowd, what did Trump do? Why?
Were you horrified?
No, you lied, bitch. You lied. Look at you. Her face looks like a fucking elephant's foot. You're ugly. You're a douchebag. You're a liar. Be gone. Be gone. Look at that. An elephant's knee. Her face looks like an elephant's knee.
As you saw it unfold?
I wasn't horrified. I was frightened because I had never.
You were frightened. You were frightened because you knew the gig was up. You knew that whoever was playing him, oh, go away, go away. Go away. Oh, and folks, let's get to the Somali fraud. Let's get to the Somali fraud. Okay? Because that's the thumbnail of the show. Okay? Here we go. 2 foreign Somali fraudsters. Sorry, sometimes my Boston fraudsters. Somali fraudsters. They're wicked bad. Sometimes my Boston accent comes out. Sorry. 2, I try to enunciate, 2 foreign Somali fraudsters out of Minnesota were just charged with 21 million plus in healthcare fraud. Of course, their names are Hamad. Of course, they have some kind of Arabic Muslim fucking names that you can't. They sound like you're like coughing up a Louis. That's their name. Denaturalize and deport. Look at these upstanding citizens. Yes, Somali. They are such ups. The Somali community has done so much for the American people. So much. Look at these. Look at these 2. Yeah, upstanding citizens. Demonic douchebag. Wicked bitch. Go back to your own country. No, actually, I don't want them to go back. They're going to jail. Okay? So I don't think they're gonna have prayer mats for you and calls to prayer. Okay? And I think they're not going to take away all the fucking bacon when you're Bubba's girlfriend or maybe Sarah's girlfriend. In the clanker, you two fucking bitches. Oh my God, I can't even stand it. Here we go.
Of Star Autism. Individual 1 was a husband and another owner. So co-conspirator 2, another resident and a beneficial owner of Star Autism.
Wait a minute.
Individual 1 was a husband and another owner.
What's going on? Here we go. Federal agents arrest 2 Minnesota residents for orchestrating a massive $21 million Medicare fraud scheme through fake autism clinics. Fake autism. They are such bottom dwellers. I swear to God, these people are lower than a dung beetle. Okay? They're lower than a dung beetle on a pile of shit. All right? Using pandemic era programs to enrich themselves and fund Kenyan real estate. So tell me, does it say in the Quran to defraud people, you fucking demonic douchebags? Oh, I can't even stand it. Can't even stand it. Here we go.
So he's like, so long, honey. Have a nice trip back home. If you're a parent who is exploiting your child to make $1,500 a month in the furtherance of Medicaid fraud, you're a co-conspirator. They should all be charged. How could you possibly think that getting $1,500 a month, like they're paying you for giving them your kid's name and your kid never goes there, and you just get $1,500 a month? A massive Somali fraudster bust now underway. These two criminally charged for allegedly stealing $21.1 million in a Medicaid fraud scheme, all happening out of Minnesota. We've got the charging documents queued up in the press release from Homeland saying one person's name is called Shamso Ahmed Hassan and the other one is called Hanan Mursal Yusuf, submitted false and fraudulent claims to Medicaid.
Yes, we know. That's a 10 million. Here they are. Here are the demonic bitch sisters. They're twins. The two bitch twins. Ups. Oh, but Ilhan Omar, don't you know these people are upstanding citizens? They're up. Stop it. They're upstanding citizens. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? You must be racist. You must be racist. You must be a misogynist. You must be racist. You must be a xenophobe. You're an anti-Muslim. You're an Islamophobe. No, I'm not as Islamophobe. I'm not afraid of Muslims in Islamic State. I just fucking hate them. They're demonic. Muhammad was a pedophile. He was not God. He was a pedophile that married 6-year-olds. So I don't have Islamophobia. I have fucking hate themophobia. That's what I have. I hate the Islamic religion. And if you have a problem with that, click off and go to Mecca. Oh, here we have some more upstanding citizens in the United States of America. Here we go. And this is more, honestly, the more you dig into arrest records, the more it becomes clear that something is going on here. I have found over 50 plus Hispanic men in my county in North Carolina that are labeled as white males in arrest records. Almost all of them in illegals. What a shock. Oh, what a shock. These are white men. This guy, he's a white dude. Didn't you know he's white? Don't let your eyes deceive you. What you're seeing is wrong. Alvarez Sanchez Alexander. Oh, look at this guy. This guy looks like he hasn't skipped a meal in 20 years. And look at this guy. Yeah, he looks great. He looks like someone that commonly fucks a goat. Yes, aren't these outstanding men? It's amazing how all of a sudden they turn white. Isn't that amazing? I am so done with the deep state. We will be very, very glad when they're gone, and they'll be gone very, very soon. And here we go, more upstanding citizens. Here we go, folks. So, for all those that not that we ever denied or thought that these protesters, these libtard protesters, were actually there on their own volition and on their own dime. Here's even more proof. Nick's order. Breaking news. I infiltrated the Antifa camp at Newark ICE with hidden cameras. Tens of thousands of dollars of equipment, food, and even riot equipment has been supplied. Hot food delivered every hour. Arrest the funders and this will stop. Exactly. Here we go. Quick video. Exactly, Mark.
Do you have this hand
Exactly.
sanitizer anywhere? Like, or wipes or something? I'm sorry. Medical tent? Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Go to the medical tent. See if we get. Oh, lasagna! Look at that.
How much do you want to bet that this was funded by our tax dollars? How much do you want to bet?
I'm eating.
I don't know how good these column care drones are or whatever.
Medical tent? Is that? Oh, you got it. Thank you. Just need hand sanitizer. Okay.
On that table.
Sounds good. Thank you.
It was so serious.
Make a full for everything. Yeah, and then I'm gonna tape out the map here. Yeah.
All right, folks, we don't need to see that again. We're going to move on, but this is infuriating. Okay, this is so infuriating. I don't know why these people aren't arrested. They are domestic terrorists. Okay, domestic terrorists. I don't know why they are not arrested. It's very infuriating. It's just ridiculous. All right, and then we have FAFO. Since we have its FAFO time, here's another outstanding, upstanding citizen. Look at this cuckold. This guy's had not only so much soy, I don't think this guy has seen his balls since 1971. Okay, here we go. Florida nurse Eric Martindale, who vowed to deny anesthesia to Trump supporters, just got his license revoked. FAFO! FAFO! I love it. I love it. FAFO! Fuck around and find out. You fucked around and you found out. Soy boy! Bye, bitch! Bye, bitch! All right, folks, and let's talk about what's going on with the more about what's going on with. We were talking about Hillary Clinton. Let's go back to Hillary Clinton and
to collect
let's talk
leftover
about
uranium, what he calls the nuclear.
now. I believe Laura talked about this on her show. Laura was talking about how one of the main reasons too why we're going into Iran is because we want to find out the uranium. Because with the uranium, there's a way, and I forget what it is, batch numbers. They can show by the batch numbers with the uranium where it came from. Meaning that they want to go into Iran. There's many reasons why they're going into Iran. Okay, sorry, it's not Iran. I always say Iran. It's pronounced Iran. We know that they're going into Iran because it's not about the oil. It's about all the giants, the ancient tech, the portals, the stargates, all of the old. They have a lot of, let's say, biblical technology giants, the Anunnaki. They have all kinds of otherworldly tech, otherworldly mechanisms and everything. And mostly because they've been controlling our ascension with this. Now, another reason why we've gone into Iran and Trump is going into Iran is because of the uranium. They want to trace back the uranium and see where it came from because they can get the batch numbers to prove that it came from the U.S. And more specifically, it came from Hillary Clinton. And so let's watch this.
President Trump just got on Air Force One for a quick trip to Arizona for an event that we'll see later on today. He didn't take any questions, but he just told CBS News. He basically explained why it is that he is so confident a deal is about to be closed with the Iranians. He says that they have agreed to let United States, not troops, just somebody from the United States go in to Iran with some Iranian officials to collect leftover uranium, what he calls the nuclear dust, and then bring it back somewhere to the United States. That has been the key to all of this. The president earlier today disputed a report in Axios that the U.S. might unfreeze $20 billion in Iranian money in exchange for getting them to fork over all this uranium. He says not a dollar will be exchanged in any way. So we will definitely hear more about this once he gets to Arizona, but there's a lot happening, and it is possible that he doesn't want to get ahead of his team who are talking directly to Tehran. President Trump just got on Air Force One for a quick trip to...
Well, isn't this a strange turn of events? Did the uranium from Hillary Clinton sold to Russia end up being sold to Iran after Barack Obama gave them pellets of money? What do you think? What do you think in the chat? Do you think that this is what happened? If if this matches, you're both going to jail, right? Obama's presidency was as controversy-free as they all want everyone to believe. We know that this uranium is going to be tied back to the Democrats. Absolutely. Let me know in the chat what you think. Let me know in the chat. I don't even have to pull cards because I know that it was. And here we go. Elon Musk just called for the arrest of every anti-ICE rioter immediately. I agree. Enough is enough. This bullshit has to stop. I don't know why these assholes are getting away with it. Look at this. This is domestic terrorism. This is not peaceful protesting. This is not asserting your First Amendment right. This is domestic terrorism and impeding law enforcement. Just run right through these fuckers like the world would be a better place without these fucking assholes being officers. Just run over like they're big speed bumps. That's what I say. I guess all these protesters love the fraud, love the crime. They just love it. I guess these protesters love the fact that, we have all this fraud. They love all the illegal immigrants, the illegal invaders coming in on our dollars. They think that, the immigrants deserve all the money that we don't get. They deserve it. All these, they believe it. They deserve it. There's a lot of these people that are 2.0. Elon Musk is a 2.0, maybe even a 3.0. I don't know about Ron DeSantis, but yes. Don't know about Ron DeSantis, but yes, central casting. Absolutely. Absolutely, folks. This is disgusting. So let's do a quick read on the anti-ICE protesters. Now, are they finally going to be arrested? And are they going to finally go in with more National Guard and just get rid of these asses? Are they finally going to do something about this? Because enough's enough. This is domestic terrorism. So let's do a quick card read on this. What do you say, folks? I say we shall. And then after that, because we're getting towards the end of the show, we're going to talk more about alien tech and disclosure, a tragic bus accident in Virginia, and about Disclosure Day that Steven Spielberg is releasing. I believe it's coming out this weekend, or it already came out. So I'm going to go through my X account. However, let's find out and see if the United States government is going to do something about these anti-ICE protesters and finally get rid of them once and for all and send in troops or do something. Let's ask. And you know what? I'm not going to waste my nice cards on these troglodytes, these paid libtards, these bottom dweller troglodytes. That's my new favorite word, a troglodyte. Look that up. It's a great term, troglodyte. These people are dumber than a single cell amoeba, these people. I'm using my dark cards, okay? So here we go. Actually, these are too nice. I'm going to even use my darker cards. Sorry, folks, I'm very selective about the cards I use. I don't want to taint my nice cards with their, ugh. Yes, the Democratic Party's full of troglodytes. Yes, they are. It's a great, great term. All right, here we go. Holy Spirit of God, in the name of Yeshua, in terms of all of these domestic terrorism, these domestic terrorists, all these people, these anti-ICE protesters, are they finally all going to be arrested? Are they going to send more troops to all the areas that there's the most, let's say, the most activity, where there is the worst of the worst? And are they going to finally round these people up, charge them and arrest them and get rid of them once and for all? Is the United States finally going to do something about these violent, bottom-dwelling, troglodyte, anti-ICE protesters that are being paid for by Soros and our taxpayer money? Is the gig up? And is it FAFO time for them, Holy Lord, in the name of Yeshua? Yes or no, and anything else? What say you, Holy God, in the name of Yeshua? Woo! Yes! We got the High Priestess was the first card, which means that things are happening behind the scenes in secret. There's a secret plan. And the walls are closing in on them. And we asked, is there going to be justice? Is the Department of Justice or whatever part of the United States government, are they finally going to get rid of these anti-ICE protesters? We got the Ace of Swords. So yes, folks, it's FAFO time. FAFO. Fuck around and find out. These libtards have fucking found out. Yes, folks, Ace of Swords. That's a huge yes. And you can't make this shit up. We got the Ace of Swords and the Justice card. This means that they will be brought to justice. That means that these anti-American communist douchebags that are being paid by the libtards through our tax dollars, they're going to face justice. Boom! Hallelujah! 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 Well, the good news is that they still won't have to get jobs because they'll get their meals and their room and board and 3 square meals in prison. And I hope all of them are bent over by Big Bubba. Some of them will probably like it, though, unfortunately, because they like that. All right, folks, I want to tell you, sometimes when I get in a bad mood, which is often with the state of our society, especially last night. The last 24 hours with that blue moon, which is the second full moon of this month. Ooh, they call lunatic. Oh, I was in a rancid mood. I did not feel well either. I was on the couch for 24 hours, and I actually had to postpone some of my email readings. And I usually don't work on the weekends, but I had to do email readings today because I was on the couch. That full moon kicked my ass. Anyway, sometimes I like to watch instant justice videos or instant karma. So here's a little video that will make you feel good. Instant karma. This is some demonic bitch that FAFO'd and she found out real quick. Here we go. All right.
Welcome to Brazil, where you have your crazies roaming the streets, slapping random kids. This person, place, or thing is about to take a Sparta kick to the testicles, and it is all over. A kick to the dome for good measure. Just a shame this man has to beat down this person, place, or thing because there's plenty of room for 5 more to get in on the action. We live in a world where you have to be aware of your surroundings more than ever, and it's a terrible shame that idiots like this continue to roam the streets. But booyah, heroes do exist. Takes a Sparta kick to the testicles. This is the least that this person, place, or thing deserves. Harming an innocent child and you're asking for mercy. Booyah, takes another shot to the dome. A nice factory default reset. Too bad he doesn't send him into the depths of hell with a wireless hole puncher, you piece of shit. These idiots continue to roam the streets, causing chaos and causing fear in people. This lady screaming as her car gets destroyed, but not today. As he takes a bottle to the dome and a friggin' stool to the dome. My God, he tag teams and that's it. Well, think you're gonna get away from the cops with somebody's crotch right in your ass? Well, think again, because there's ramifications involved in this situation. Looks like just another typical day in the neighborhood until these guys decide to rob somebody at the last minute. They try and break into this guy's car, try and drag him out. This guy's like, all right, man, take the car. Comes back and a little bit of pew, pew, pew action. Ends up getting clipped, does the involuntary running man right into the gravel depths of hell. Great job, sir. You on the ground, that's another story. I'm sure you're a good kid and you're on your way to college. Whatever. Apparently, Casper has a problem with Chaz sleeping with his mom, so now Casper is approaching the situation. Chaz warning him, look, man, I'm strong enough to be your daddy, as he lifts him up and starts spanking him. My God, now looking like he's circling around, now taking his back, looking like he's about to set up another takedown, shoots it once again. And my God, no mercy being displayed, a kick to the dome for good measure. Bully is hitting up his next victim, but it looks like this guy is not going to be a victim. He's like, hold on, wait a second, let me just change my clothes here. Okay, I think I'm ready. And booyah, out of nowhere, freaking goes in for the kill, and it is all over just like that. Mama, don't let your children grow up to be soy boys. This way you can avoid paying a high 39% APR bill for your soy boy son in the hospital. Soy boy writing checks his ass can't cash and now paying it big time and tries to take this down, gets a flippin' doodle do, a little bit of...
Folks, I love these because they FAFO'd. Let me tell you something. If anyone hit my kid, I would take her by the hair and she would go home in a fucking body bag. Okay? Now, people go, oh, Lady D, you should just turn the other cheek. Really? Really? No, I don't. I was brought up in the 70s and 80s. Not like, the gentle parenting of today. And the gentle parenting today and the helicopter parents is why we have a bunch of fucking entitled douchebag assholes running around who can't work, don't have jobs, and can't run society. All right? They've never been told no in their lives. So yes, I love these. I love these. If you want to fucking hit somebody, well, you're going to get the same thing back. See how you like it. All right?
Ground and pound to the dome, and I think this is all over. Nope, now it's over. Apparently, Chaz has been threatening everybody in the parking lot. Nobody's standing up except Bubbles comes up in the mix. He's like, what's up, butthead? After taking the headbutt and being humiliated, he tries to mock Bubbles, but Bubbles like, you don't threaten anybody in my place, man. Now get the hell out of here.
Folks, I love it. And when people come at me, I proverbially punch them in the face. All right? You come at me swinging, you're going home in a fucking body bag. That's how we roll in Massachusetts. That's how we roll in the Northeast. And if you don't like it, you know what you can do. All right, folks. We're going through. Here we go. This just in. Retired U.S. Navy Rear Admiral Tim Gallaudet. I think I'm massacring his name. Claimed that aliens are active in the oceans and possess technology and intelligence more advanced than humans. More advanced than humanity's. Okay, Admiral, tell us something we don't already know. We know. Trust me, we already know. We've seen them many, many times. And here we go. Everyone knows Bob Lazar. Okay, Bob Lazar, he is famous. He was one of the first. He worked at Alien 51. That's a Freudian slip. Alien 51. Area 51. And he's legit. Okay, and this post proves he's legit. Okay, here we go. Oh, and thank you so much. Wow, kumbaya. Thank you so much. That's very, very generous. Thank you so much, kumbaya. God bless you. Very, very generous. I appreciate that so much. All right, so here we go. Bob Lazar revealed wormhole propulsion. Alien UFO tech enables instant interstellar travel. Bob Lazar revealed, this was many years ago, how 3 gravity generators on the alien sport model converged to create a wormhole, letting the craft snap to distant locations with infinite speed. Time is not incrementing. Okay, he says, powered by element 115. Okay, element 115. Now here, element 115, this was an element that was not discovered on Earth. He talked about this many, many years, and people said he was a conspiracy theorist, he was a liar, he was a tinfoil hat wearer that was full of shit. However, many, many years later, they discovered element 15. Okay, so here's the timeline. In 1988, Lazar exposes S4, Area 51, reverse engineering program to George Knapp. Okay, here we go. In 2003, I can try to highlight this, element 115, which is called moscovium, synthesized, matching his decades earlier claims. So he talked about element 15, moscovium. This is the element that is extraterrestrial off-world that helps fuel the alien craft or the UFOs or the extraterrestrial craft, the spacecraft, okay? He said it many, many years ago. They said he was full of shit and he proved them wrong. He has the receipts, folks. This explains tic-tac instant acceleration, glowing orbs, and defying physics in modern sights. If real, NHA-1 mastered warp speed millennia ago, and governments have been hiding it. Of course, they've been hiding it. You know, our governments, they take anything that, that is new and modern technology, and instead of using it to help people, they use it as weapons, because that's what the deep state governments do. Unfortunately, yes, that's what they do. All right, we're getting down to the nitty gritty. This is very, very unfortunate here, but this is another example of people that are not American citizens who can't speak English, can't read English, getting their driver's license. I forget what it's called. I forget the special license for operating large vehicles. And we have another tragic accident. This is horrible. Update on tragic bus crash in Virginia. 5 people are dead, including a 13-year-old girl and a 7-year-old boy, after the driver of motor coach slammed into stopped traffic on I-95. FMCA Administrator Derek Bars and our investigators are on the ground at the crash site working. Local police, here we go, folks, big surprise. Local police confirm that the driver of this motor coach, a man from China who became a U.S. citizen, doesn't speak English. That means he doesn't read English. He doesn't know the road signs. So why the hell did this Chinese asshole get a CDL semi-class license? Thank you so much for the info, Rosebud. Thank you. How did he get a CDL semi-class license? If you can't speak the language or read English, how can you follow the road signs? How can you follow traffic laws? You can't. This isn't brain science, fuckers. He received his commercial license from New York State in 2024. Oh, of course. Of course he did. Under guess whose watch? Guess who? AutoPen. Unacceptable. This is exactly why we are holding states accountable, enforcing the rules of the road and cracking down on drivers who can't speak English. If you can't be properly trained, read our road signs, or communicate with law enforcement, you have no business driving a bus. You would think that this is just common knowledge. This is just common sense. But of course, when you're a mentally deficient libtard, there is no common sense. Our investigators are reviewing New York licensing records, training documentation, and the driver's history. Any company, trainer, or school that contributed to putting an unqualified driver on the road will face intense scrutiny. They should actually face felony charges, and they should all go to jail. That's what I think. They are complicit in murder. We'll share more updates soon. My prayers are with the loved ones of the innocent lives lost and those who hurt in this horrific crime. Look at this. Disgusting. He should have never been on the road. Unbelievable, folks. Just when you think it can't get any more crazy, it gets more crazy. All right. I'm going to actually skip. I'm actually going to skip to Roseanne Barr, and then we're going to go Disclosure Day. I love Roseanne Barr.
Why did I?
Actually, I'm going to read it, and then we're going to get to her video. This is Roseanne. This is Roseanne. Light, it's coming. It's coming this week and next week. Everything you were afraid of, everything you knew, everything you prayed about. What is it? Your prayers are answered. I don't know what that.
I do that. Why did I can't wait to tell you my news, but I can't yet till next week. It's just so awesome. Anybody who's been through a hard time and you wonder why, why did I do that? Why did something tell me to do that? And I did what I thought was right. I did what I thought was helpful, and it blew up in my face for everybody who's ever gone through that, and that's everybody. Don't forget, I'm here to testify. There's light at the end of that dark, 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 dark tunnel. And not only light for me, but for the whole United States of America and the world. Light, and it's coming. It's coming this week and next week. Everything you were afraid of, everything you knew, everything you prayed about, your prayers were answered.
Folks, I want to see exactly. She posted this on, when did she post this? This was posted on May 29th, okay? May 29th. Very, very interesting. Desiree Miller, thank you so much. You're the best too, Desiree. Sending so much love. Thank you so much for the super chat. That's very, very sweet. Thank you so much, guys. And thank you for being here. I'm so, so grateful. I love you all of my long-standing subscribers that have been with me since the beginning, and all my new people. I love you so much. I wouldn't have a show without you, wouldn't have a channel without you. And I love you all so much. You guys keep me going. You really keep me going. All right, folks, here we go. Hollywood director Steven Spielberg. Now, I really don't believe that this is the original Steven Spielberg. We know that most of the Hollywood actors, they're demonic bastards. They're basically clones. Most of them have been replaced. I don't believe that this is the original, okay? However, we'll see. Breaking. Hollywood director Steven Spielberg says the truth about UFOs will dislocate society and cause humans to question their religions. I don't know if there's a video. No, there isn't a video. Folks, do you think that him coming out with Disclosure Day, do you think that's a coincidence? What do you think? What do you think? Do you think that he's the front man for the Project Bluebeam and they're disclosing this because that he's actually been replaced and they're using him as soft disclosure? Or B, do you think he's still a deep state puppet and he's a clone and he's getting people ready for Project Bluebeam? If you think that this is the original Steven Spielberg, put a 1 in the chat. If you think that this is central casting, put a 2. 1 if you think that this is the original Steven Spielberg, and 2 if you think he's central casting or a clone. And I'm going to wait. Central casting. Let's see. Yeah. People think this is central. He's a clone. Yep. 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 Central castings too. Yep. Okay. Everyone, pretty much everyone in the chat believes that this isn't the original, that this is Steven Spielberg 2.0. Steven Spielberg is very demonic, okay? If you want to know how demonic he is, let's just say he did a movie called Poltergeist back in the 80s, and there was a young woman, the young girl who played Carol Ann. Yeah. He and a bunch of men did some really disgusting things to Carol Ann. I forget the name of the actress. Henry I can't talk. Henry Winkler, the one who played Fonzie. Fonzie, remember Fonzie from Happy Days? Yeah, Henry Winkler and a bunch of people did something really, really, all of them were involved, and I can't say on YouTube, but use your imagination, did something really, really bad. And she died of some kind of bowel constriction or bowel obstruction. No, she was gang R-worded by these demonic men, and they caused internal damage, and that's how she died. Yeah, what was her name? Heather something. Let's look. I got to look up her name. Heather O'Rourke. Thank you, guys. Heather O'Rourke. Yep, Heather O'Rourke. You guys are on the money. You guys are so good. Yep. Okay, so Steven Spielberg, demonic bastard. Okay, so I agree. This isn't the original. But let's do a spread. Let's do a spread to see if Disclosure Day is part of soft disclosure, or is it, let's see, is Steven Spielberg, is he part of central casting, and is this let's say, is he working for the White Hat Alliance to do soft disclosure, or is he a deep state puppet that's actually getting everyone ready for the fake alien invasion? Now, I don't think that the fake alien invasion probably blue beam is going to happen, because I'm getting too many people are onto them. All right, too many people know about the technology. So I'm voting that this is a 2.0 version. That's an actor, central casting, working for the White Hat Alliance. All right. But let's do a poll. Let's do a poll and find out. And this will probably be the last poll of the night. All right. And then we'll end the show, because I'm going on over 2 hours now, folks. Yep. All right. Let's ask. I have my cards here. Holy Spirit of God, in the name of Yeshua. And is Steven the person who is portraying Steven Spielberg, the famous Hollywood director in the public eye? Is he really a part of central casting? Is there an actor in a mask that is working for the White Hat Alliance? And did he produce, write, and release this movie because he's working with the Alliance to get people ready for soft disclosure? This is soft disclosure to get people ready for the real disclosure that is imminent of extraterrestrial and interdimensional life beyond Earth. Yes or no? Is this a central casting actor working for the Alliance for soft disclosure? Yes or no? And anything else that will give clarity and understanding to this question. What say you, Holy Spirit of God, in the name of Yeshua? I couldn't say Winkler. I couldn't say Henry Winkler. You can tell it. I've been talking too long. I'm getting tongue-tied now. All right, folks, we got an ace. All right. First of all, we're getting that the original was rounded up, and he was actually, now it's very, very rare that the hanged man really means a hanged man, like literally hanging. But you know, when you commit crimes against humanity, especially against children, you get hung. So I'm getting that he was very quickly rounded up by the Alliance, very quickly, and he met his maker. Or actually, he's probably downstairs burning in hell where he belongs. But I'm getting that he was actually hung up, okay? I'm getting he was at Gitmo and he met the gallows, okay? Now, we got the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So I'm getting, yes, there are not only him, there's many, many deep state actors that are in this movie. Excuse me, not deep state. I'm getting that he's not the only one. There's many, let's say, people that are, I will say 90%, if not all, I'm getting probably all of the people that act in this movie are, let's say, central casting. They're not the original actors and actresses. These are people that are working for the Alliance. Absolutely. This is something that was planned a while ago. All right. And it came into fruition. Now, Two of Swords means that people don't know this. This is hidden. This is hidden. But this was a decision that was made by the Alliance because they need disclosure to go mainstream. Okay. So I'm getting that the general public doesn't know. This was a decision made. And here's our ace. The last card was the Ace of Pentacles, tangible ace. So yes, folks, we asked, is this person who is portraying the Hollywood director Steven Spielberg, is this really a 2.0 version and a central casting actor or central casting director that is working with the Alliance in order to produce this movie Disclosure Day as a way to get the public ready for a soft disclosure? We got an ace, a tangible ace, folks. So yes, this is not the original Steven Spielberg. So yay, I love it. I might actually see the movie. The movie looks very intriguing and I want to watch it. But if it was the bad, Steven Spielberg, I didn't want to. So I might actually watch it. There's 2 movies and I haven't wanted to go to a movie in a long time, but I want to see Michael because Jafar Jackson, Michael Jackson's nephew, Jermaine Jackson's son, is absolutely amazing. He is amazing. And I want to watch that because we know that Michael Jackson is still alive. He's working with the Alliance and he used Neverland Ranch to help save kids from trafficking. And all of those claims of molestation and pedo abuse were because he was going against the deep state. And they paid many, many families to go against and lie about Michael Jackson because he wasn't towing the line. Folks, remember when Michael Jackson went on live television and said during an award show that Tommy Mottola was the devil? Yeah, he basically signed his death sentence then, okay? So Michael Jackson, I want to see that movie and I want to see Disclosure Day. Very, very interesting, folks. We knew it already, but it's always good to get it confirmed by the cards. All right, so folks, the last video of the night. Boy, has time changed. Times have changed, and let's prove it. Here we go, folks. This is, I love these AI videos. Here we go, folks. I just want to tell you, I will get a copyright strike because this is Eyes Without a Face by, I think it's Billy Idol. So I can't put the sound on. So it's Eyes Without a Face by Billy Idol. I can't do the audio because I'll get in trouble. I'll get a copyright strike because it's a song. You don't really need the audio. All you need is to watch the picture. So here we go. How sad has society become? Look at that. Look at how sad society has become. This is not evolution. This is de-evolution. This is devolving. It's absolutely disgusting. Look at, notice how fat we've become. Everyone has their face plastered in a phone. Look at this one. This one definitely is at an ICE protest. That one right here, hold on. This one, wait a minute, I gotta go back to this one. Where is she? This one at the gas station. This, sorry, I gotta freeze it. That one at the gas station. Hold on, I wanna go back. That one at the gas station. Oh shit, I keep on. That one here, right here. Tell me she hasn't been to every single ICE protest. Tell me. Oh, no video. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I thought I was showing you. I'm sorry, folks. I thought I was showing you. Here's the video that I was talking about. I'm so sorry. Sorry, folks. This is the video I was talking about. I'm so sorry. I forgot to share my screen. Oops. Oops. Bad lady D. That's the one. Sorry. Right there. This is the one that I was talking about. This is the one that's probably been to every ICE protest there is. Sorry, folks. I forgot to share my screen. Show's almost over. I'm getting tired, you could tell. This is what I was talking about. I apologize, folks. I forgot to share my screen. And again, I can't put the sound on because I'll get a copyright strike. But how sad has our society become? Look at this. This is all us. We're all fat because of the food, because they've been poisoning us and all the fake food. That's our society, folks. I don't know about you, but I'm disgusted by our society and I'm ready to level up. I am so ready. Former Pentagon intelligence official Luis Elizondo claims the U.S. government holds non-human biological remains in advanced technology, alleging a secret crash retrieval program. In his book, Imminent, Inside the Pentagon's Hunt for UFOs, former Pentagon official Luis Elizondo claims that U.S. government has known about possible non-human intelligence since the 1947 Roswell incident. He adds that the military developed ways to interfere with unidentified aerial phenomenon, UAP technology, and recovered crash objects. Tell us something we don't already know, Luis Elizondo. I think that's it. Yes, get Islam out of America. Yes, get Islam out of America. Absolutely. I think that's it. This is something that I'm gonna do a read on Laura's view about a General Bondi. They say that she has thyroid cancer, but we're gonna save that for Laura's view and tarot too on Monday. Folks, that is it for the show. I'm going on 2.5 hours, and obviously, since I'm forgetting to share my screen, it's time to end the show. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for everything, folks, for your comments, your love. Make sure if you want to get that May email special reading, you have until tomorrow night at midnight. All right, folks. And again, I'm sorry I'm no longer doing psychic lives. I just don't have the energy. It's too much. I've been too busy. So I've made more very cost-effective email readings available to you. I will be taping a show with my soul sister tomorrow, Annette Beckham, the Frequency of Truth. So tune in tomorrow. And of course, I'll be on with Laura on Monday on her channel to do our weekly news review. I love you so much, my soul sisters and my soul brothers. We're almost there. I know we're tired and weary, but don't give up now. Don't quit right before you pass the finish line. You cross the finish line because we're almost there. All right? Keep it spicy. Keep it interesting. I love you all. God bless you. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Love you. God bless.